computer. And let me see, where's the little red thing to show that it is? I hope. Yes, okay. Stop recording. Okay, so yes. Just let me go back down. Sorry, a little technical difficulty. Okay. So we've just gone to online resources subject education under the LibGuides by subject education from the home page of the library. And you'll notice that here you can find databases, journals, e-journals, practice review books and e-books, reference books, and selected websites, including citation. So we're just going to review a few things about searching databases. When you access it from off campus, you're going to have to put in your GothicNet ID, which is the same as your library card. So just put in your GothicNet ID and you can be connected to any of the materials that the library has. And one more person. So first thing, look over your topic, choose the words to search indexes with Boolean operators to narrow or broaden your search. So Boolean operators are just a way to tell the computer precisely what you wanted to select, what sort of articles you want. And it does this by just looking for keywords in all of the articles and then retrieving them from you. So I always say, think of databases like 3-year-old children. You have to be very precise and tell them precisely what you want in the simplest language. If you were looking for, say, articles on gentrification's effect on education, you'd combine keywords with and. You'd be telling the computer, if you put in gentrification in education, you'd be telling the computer to look for both of these terms, gentrification and education. They don't necessarily have to be together, but just in the article. If you're looking for educational change or educational reform, you can broaden your search by using the Boolean operator or. You'd enter educational change or educational reform in the search box, and this would tell the computer that if it retrieves either one of those articles with either one of those terms, you will be happy. And if, for instance, you were looking for articles on bilingual education, but nothing on adults, you could use the Boolean operator not, which would narrow your search. So you'd enter bilingual education, not adults. And that way, it would throw out anything that mentioned adults, but retrieve things that mentioned just bilingual education without adults. Also, if you put in natural language, like bilingual education of children, you'll get fewer results because the computer, being like a 3-year-old child, is very precise. It will look exactly for that phrase, bilingual education of children. If you wanted larger results, you'd put in bilingual education, one term, connected with the and then children, and you get more results. Sorry, my printer is updating and makes a lot of noise when it does that. There's also something called truncation, which you'll find in the EBSCO databases. And for that, you can use the root of the word, like if you were looking for teaching or teacher or teachers, you could just put in teach with an asterisk, and it would retrieve all possible endings of the word. So now we're going to go to education source, which is the first selection in the LibGuides. I'm going to stop the share and go back. Oh, were there any questions on that? Everybody.
We should get into education source too on our other.
Yes. So you're going to have to put in your GothicNet ID. I'm going to go and share the screen now. So I already put in my GothicNet ID. I clicked on education source. I put in my GothicNet ID, and then I got here. Is everybody here with me?
Yes, I'm here with you.
Great. All right. So I'm going to do our first search. I'm going to click on education source. Oh, there it is. And this is an EBSCO database. I'll show you one thing. You might not need it now, but other times you might need it. With the EBSCO data and ProQuest databases, you can always go to choose databases, and you can click all the databases you'd like to choose. So you can choose, click on any of the databases and choose several databases at the same time. Right now, we're just going to click we're just going to use education source. Let me see. A lot of people are doing bilingual education, right? And what are some of the aspects of bilingual education? Oh, sorry. That you're looking for?
So for instance, one of the I guess little topic videos that we looked at dealt with the issue of English only. And English only as an approach as opposed to dual language approaches. And there's a couple of things that are significant around that. One, there's the instructional thing. If I just look at it in terms of what's effective for kids and learning, but then obviously there's the political arm too, right? Because we wouldn't be having a conversation about English only if it didn't have political significance. So there's two kind of ways that you can look at that.
I'm going to try it this way and see what happens for political.
Okay.
And what was the other thing? The instruction?
Yes.
Was there something with like effectiveness or anything like that?
Well, I see down there they say instructional strategies as the second option. That could work.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's see. Yeah, never say never. Everything is good. Because doing this is like being a detective. I know you want scholarly peer-reviewed journals, so we're going to click that. Is there a time limit on the materials that you want, Dr. McGriff?
Usually I like to say 10 years.
Okay.
So 2010 to present day. Folks, just so that you know, I think aim for 10 years, but that's a lot of give and take, right? Sometimes, depending on your topic, you'll put in 10 years and you'll get 25 million possibilities that you need to sift through, which means we need to tighten it to like 2017 to 2020. On the other hand, some topics are pretty specialized and we might need to widen it. Let's start with 2010 to 2020. And if we need to change and adjust, we will. This is all kind of trial and error.
So I put in January 2010 to October 2020. Even though, even if you haven't put this in, you can always restrict it later. So we'll do our search. Oh, okay. All right. Let me try instruction, because I think that might be it. I'm going to just, yeah, that might have been it. Music, all right, but where's the bilingual? Oh, I see multilingual. I have to do, we get a lot of, oh dear.
There's like international stuff.
Yeah, so the other thing I'm going to add and put United States. Now, whoops. Now I get 2. Okay. All right. I feel, let me get rid of instruction. And I think, let's see, and I'll just try.
So folks, if you take a look, just even look at that first article, right? Mexican Americans and the push for culturally relevant education. Right here, you can see just the heavy politics involved with this. It would be interesting if we see anything when Professor Kervin scrolls down about English only education.
Yeah.
You all saw in that video that the concern was, you know, we want people speaking English, and that's a lot of times it's more political than it is having to do with what works best educationally. Let's take a look.
So we get bilingual education policy as political spectacle. We get politics or professional budgeting for bilingual. That's another thing. Gender, ethnicity, and support for bilingual education. Combating linguistic hegemony.
Yep.
Preparing and sustaining bilingual teacher educators.
That would be super interesting.
Yes. Ownership of language, one language, 2 meaning, partisanship and responsive to Spanish. That might be good. Work of ideology. Hmong Moroccan, okay. Okay. I'm just wondering, maybe I should put, let me just see something. Just see. Yeah, let me try English only education. Now. Oh, actually, no. Try if I just try English only or single language. Oh, monolingual language. Okay, they have it as language policy. Oh, but we only have 3. Try.
And Madeline, just, you know, you indicated that you were interested in achievement gaps. This is a significant part of that too. I mean, it's one aspect of it. Certainly a consideration about effective teaching practices and how that impacts on different communities. This is something that you might want to take a look at. Achievement gap is huge also. So we can work together on narrowing your focus.
Oh, this does not want. Oh, look at Cantonese English bilinguals, okay. Equity and growth and dual language, achievement pro and low SES dual. That's some of the, I think this might be, what do you think?
I think it's very relevant.
So what I would like you to do now is in the window that you've opened and where you've gone to education source, if you want to just take 5 minutes and do a search with your topic and your key terms, okay? And if you have any difficulties, just tell me. Is that okay with everybody?
Professor Kervin, when I click on education source, I get a blank screen.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it won't hold up for me either. I tried on my phone and on my laptop. It's like kind of like loading and then like stopping basically.
Oh heavens. All right. and that's, let me just try again. I hope not. Oh, this isn't one of the ones that. No, it comes back. All right. Whoops. Let me just try again. Where'd I go? Where'd I go? Where'd I go? Sorry, sometimes I know it was here. Where'd it go? I think I just closed. The other thing I would try then is try databases by title.
I actually did that because I didn't think I thought I was doing something wrong. So I went in through, and I'm not getting it. I went in through title, scroll down to the E.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, I guess we won't be practicing in education sorts, but let's just keep the ball rolling, and I'll go back to where I was in LibGuides.
Academic Search Premier lets me in.
That's strange because it's part of Academic Search. And if you go to Academic Search Premier, can you choose databases and choose education source?
Okay, let's see.
Mm-hmm. Let me try that too. I keep on clicking out. Does that work?
No, it just leaves me in a loop. As soon as I deselect Academic Search Premier and select Education Source, it won't do anything.
All right, I don't know, somehow I could get in. So I don't know if it reached, if a lot of people are using it and we reached our limit. Anyhow, we'll just keep going along. So I'm going to go back. And I'm going to try Education Database, which is a ProQuest database. So it has a slightly different format, slightly different interface. Good, glad it opened. So if you want to see if you can get into Education Database.
Try that one, everybody. I was able to get into that one.
But I'm going to tell our tech person that some of us had trouble getting into Education Source.
Yeah, I tried the education, the database one, right underneath it. I tried that before it worked, and it works again right now, so I'm good to go.
Oh, okay. So is everybody right now in Education Database?
Aya, Walter, are you guys okay? You with us?
I got into the education source one.
Finally, I don't know what's happening. All right, if you want to, if you could get into Education Source, I'll go back, and if you want to try your search there, that's fine.
Walter, how are you doing? Are you in Education Database?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, good. All right, so try your search. Remember, we're going to limit it to, oh gosh, no, I can't get in. Just a minute. Okay, well, just remember you're going to limit it to peer-reviewed, and we're going to limit the dates to January 2010 to October 2020. Yeah.
Walter, are you thinking about starting with NCAA, or you talked about NCAA and you also talked about school suspension? What do you think might be your first one?
With the school suspension and criminal justice.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Walter, one suggestion, and Professor Kervin, you let me know what you think about this too. Do you think he would do well to just use school to prison pipeline, or is that too narrow?
I think that's actually broader, right? So that's a
Not for-
broader term, school to prison.
So Walter, what you saw in those clips of if you did the little video segments, that kind of talked about the idea that the more we marginalize students in a school setting, you sit on timeout, you go to the office, you're suspended. Over time, what happens is you kind of normalize the idea that I as a student don't belong in this environment, that I as a student am kind of on the fringes of the setting, right? And so the more I take into my mindset that I'm not a part of the group, the more that I take into the mindset that I'm kind of marginalized or off to the side or excluded, that translates from school into broader society, and it leads to criminal behavior. So that's taken on a whole area of study and of emphasis. And so if you put in school to prison pipeline, you might get a lot of specific results. In fact, I'm almost thinking that if you start at 2010 and go to 2020, you're gonna have like a few things to look at. But if you narrow your range, because that's gonna give you too much. If you even start at 2015 to 2020, type in school to prison pipeline and see what you get. Narrow it by time frame.
All right. But you said 2015 and 2020?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I got in. Who knew? Yeah, let me try that too. Mine is taking a very long time to get results. Walter, could you get results as yet?
Yeah, I got results.
Okay.
Are we looking for scholarly journals, magazines, dissertations?
Actually, did you click scholarly peer reviewed?
Yeah,
Yeah, and you clicked a full text result and you restricted the dates to January 2010 to October 2020?
I did the last 3 years. I did full text peer reviewed, and then I have only scholarly journals now.
Okay, yeah, so that should be good because you just need 4 journals, right? How many results did you get?
I got 11.
Oh, just 11.
11, that's strange.
Yeah, and I can't replicate on my end. Mine decided I'm not going to work anymore. I don't know if, error. Oops. Yeah, now it's going crazy on my end. I can't get in. Oh, now I
That's interesting. So Walter, I did this in education database and I have 42.
So I'm on education database and I put school to prison pipeline, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
For the modified search, what did you put?
The only
Peer
thing-
reviewed.
That's it. Don't select anything. Don't check anything other than that. Oh, you know what? I apologize. I have 42, but I didn't put in 2017. I put in 2020. Back it up to 2020 or
Okay.
2010 to 2020.
Okay.
And you're in education database.
Yeah.
All right, let me go
There's
there.
some really nice things here. This is very nice.
And the rest of you, are you finding things?
Madeline, why don't we start with you? To just give me a brief update. How are you doing?
I was trying to like download the PDF of one article that I found,
Okay.
but it said starting to download and then it kicked me out and I had to log back
Yeah,
in.
something's going strange about
And I was using the
today,
education source.
because yeah, this is an education source. Yeah,
Yeah.
something's going weird with that database. Can you see if you can email it to yourself?
Yes, it's still loading and I was logging back in.
Hey, Salma, how about you? Are you an education database or education source?
I was able to get into education source, but when I went to go like search, it's just been loading. So I've been just
See, yeah,
refreshing it and then it just loads. Like it doesn't, no searches come up, no results come up.
yeah. All right, I would try education database. That seems to be working. Okay, I think it's just a glitch right now with EBSCO. And I'm sure when I go on my listservs, I'm going to see a lot of complaints about EBSCO host being down. But try education database.
I am Basola. I know that we're touching base a little bit afterwards, but do you have a topic or an idea that you can be looking at now?
Yes, I was looking at
High school curricula?
curriculums. Yeah.
What within it? Which like it would be good if you had a subject with math curriculum, English language arts curriculum.
I didn't quite.
Yeah. Are you
That's
looking?
okay.
Yeah. Just wonder if you're looking for like instructional strategies or relevance or something like that.
I was more of looking for how it can be improved.
Yeah, okay, all right.
It's a good one.
Yes, curricular improvement, or let's, high
More
school,
source types, should we just stick to scholarly journals?
yes.
Okay, just making sure, okay.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, mhm.
Yeah, so I got I sent it to the 2017-2020 as the publication of
Mhm.
results. And I have 48 results, but for
That's
peer review, I
good.
only have 11 still.
Oh,
That's 2017. Walter, back it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised. Professor Kerman, does that make sense? People are writing about this topic left and right.
yeah, I think the school to prison pipeline, that terminology is relatively new, possibly as you said, within the last 10 years. So I think I'm trying to think of alternatives. And what database are you in, Walter? Are you still in Education Source or Education Database?
Education database.
Okay, good. Okay, and you put precisely school to prison pipeline, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Just try something. Don't know if it would make much difference. Okay, I have to find it. See? Yeah, I get, yeah, no matter what I do, I get just 43 results. What I'd like to see, if there are any, what the descriptors are. I'm going to click on the full text. I'm going to click on show. Oh, they also have school discipline as another. So you could do a search for school discipline.
Okay.
Yeah. And
So
that
should I
might,
put school to prison pipeline and school discipline?
good question. Let me just go back and see. I think that would narrow it. Yes, it does. So what I would do is do two searches, one on school to prison pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just see. Whoa! Yes, school discipline is a very, I'm trying to think, and student, because we're also looking at student disaffection, student, let me just see. Let me just see. Oh, isn't that interesting? Oh, that's prison school. I want to put something in that would more, all right.
Professor, just after looking at some of these articles, can I adjust my topic a little bit?
Certainly.
So I was thinking about doing demographical shifts on business schools and how they're impacting business schools.
Yeah, that sounds
Because
good.
I'm getting more information to support that.
Okay. Well, how does that,
But just
Dr.
so that I
McGriff?
know, demographical shifts, meaning more folks of color are matriculating across all kinds of business schools. Like, what are you finding?
I'm finding that because they're saying that like how, like I think in general, how like the business schools in general are just getting more diverse, and how that's impacting the way business schools are, I guess, they're teaching their curriculums and
Oh, that sounds good.
yeah, I'm getting more information. The diversity in the business schools, it was a little difficult. Things were like a little bit outdated and stuff, and it wasn't enough information to properly do a paper. And I'm getting more
Oh,
information.
that sounds good.
All right, thank
Sounds
you.
very good.
Yeah, I put in, Walter, I put in school discipline and minority students and got 104.
Okay, so
Yeah,
school discipline, minority
and minority students.
Aya Basola, one thing that you might want to think about, and we were talking about curriculum in terms of math or science or specific subject areas. One idea that you might want to look at is something going on in education now is people are having conversations about culturally relevant curriculum across subject areas, right? So how can science be more culturally relevant or culturally responsive? And those two terms are big terms, culturally relevant or culturally responsive. It's a huge focus now. So you might want to try that. Like, first of all, if you put in one of those and nothing else, you're going to get an infinite number of results.
Huge amount. Yeah.
But if you put in culturally relevant and then science instruction
Or STEM, if she puts in STEM.
That's true. You're interested in nursing, isn't that right?
Yes.
Do you think that, I mean, just a suggestion, but that might be something that you might want to think about, right? So culturally relevant, and then nursing or nursing instruction or health education, something like that. You're going to fool around with that second line just to see. So let's try that out and give it a try, and then we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so for the first column, I should put curriculum.
No, put culturally relevant on one line.
Culturally relevant on the first
Yep.
line.
And then and, that's your choice. That's your Boolean term, and. But then the other thing, now this is the one we're going to have to experiment with, right? So if you put health education, you're going to get things related to secondary school, high school, or elementary school, which is fine. Or if you want, you can try nursing education. And see what you come up with. I'm less familiar, honestly, with the realm of nursing education. That said, it's relevant to you, so let's give it a try if you want. It's up to you, either way. But let's try that first and see where we go.
Okay. I get only 3 results.
Try health education.
And for Walter,
Yeah.
there was one thing I found on number 7 on my result list, a trust gap for minority students of color who lose trust in their teachers due to, I guess are less likely to attend college eventually. That was in the science teacher. Do you see that in your results?
I do not. I mean, on my results, I put no school discipline and minority students.
Mm-hmm.
And I received back 47 results.
Mm-hmm.
And then with peer reviewed.
Yeah, is this an education database or education source?
Education database.
Okay. Yeah, I just
have 22 results.
Hmm.
Still with the same range of 2015 to 2020.
Oh, I put mine as 20. Oh, I haven't, sorry. I didn't restrict mine. And let me see. Let me just see when this one was. Whoops. This was 2017, so I don't know. Let me just update this. Get 63. I did 2010 to 2020.
Okay.
And you did 2015?
2015 to 2020, yes.
No, because it should show up. Come on. 2013. Oh. Yeah, now I get 42. Yeah, and it's third on my list when I do 2015 to 2020.
That's with the peer review clicked or no?
Yes.
I wonder why we're getting different results here.
Yeah, that's, so I put in school discipline and minority students.
In the same search box or split
Yeah,
up?
if you, can you see my box? You should be able to see my screen.
No, I don't see your screen.
You don't see my screen. Huh, okay, let me just go back here. Thought I was sharing my screen. Did you go? Just one moment. Oh, where is it? No, it should be up. Where is it? I'm sorry, I can't find where I am. That's strange. There. Should find. Heavens. Let me just close this, open it again. There it is. Sorry, I thought I was sharing.
Oh,
Do you
sorry.
see it now?
Okay, I see your screen now, yeah.
Yeah. And that's number 3 on mine. And what I put in was school discipline, minority students, scholarly journals, and I have 2015 to 2020.
Okay, let me see.
Oh,
Ivasola, while they're doing that, could you drop your email address in the chat? I have a couple
Sure.
items I want to send you.
yeah. Oh, this is for Walter. And I see, so did you get that, Walter, or more or less?
Can you scroll back up a little bit, please?
Sure. So
For me to
I
send my email?
No, Jaleesa, how are you doing, by the way? How are you
I'm
doing?
fine. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good to go for
Good.
right now. I'll
Good.
check in
Good.
with you to see if I'm on the right track, but I think I'm finding a lot of good stuff so far.
Good.
Fantastic.
I
Very
just
good.
didn't know how to utilize the library based on like how many resources there were available. Just because in the marketing classes, they don't really go over this.
Oh, heavens.
So it's nice. Yeah, this whole class is really nice because it broke everything down.
Yay.
Thank you so much.
Good.
All right, so Walter, you see my thing, school discipline. I just put school discipline and minority students.
Yeah, I have the same thing, but I'm not getting the same results.
I don't
I have the
understand.
same search as you,
Mm-hmm.
the same applied filter.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get the same result.
All right, what I'm going to do, well, this is good. This is a good happening because I'm going to click on the full, just because I haven't shown you yet how to download these. So I'm going to click on the full text PDF.
Mhm.
There is the article, a trust gap for minority students. You'll see that there are lots of buttons. You can download this, you can cite. If I click that, it'll give me a citation. Does have APA. Yeah, be careful with the APA 7th. It has no case changes, no title casing. So that's not quite as good. For this one, I'd stick with APA 6th. And you can copy it straight into your paper. You can email it. So I'm just going to ask you for your email address, Walter.
Okay, Walter. M
At?
M
Can't you?
as in
M?
money,
Uh-huh.
991 at gmail.com.
So you should get an email from me. You can print it, and the other thing you can do, you can save it to Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive. We have all of you use RefWorks, and the sound is deafening. All right, I'm just going to demonstrate RefWorks very quickly since we're almost at the end. And that's a citation of management software that you can sign up for, and I'll send you the instructions for that. You always click to export to the newest version. I've already signed in. Otherwise, I'll give you the instructions for signing into this. I just have to import. There's the trust gap for minority students, and I can just click create bibliography. And there is a reference, okay, in APA 7th. And I can just copy that and plop it into my paper. Now, if I wanted, you can also save things to folders. To this one. So if I had all of these, I could go create bibliography. And I would have my references. So it's a really nice way to save your references and to make it a little easier for you. You should double check always, but that's just RefWorks. And I'm going to just show you quickly where you can get the connection to this. There's citation help, and there's a link to RefWorks here. Are there other questions does everybody know how to download, print, and everything from the EBSCO databases?
Folks, let us know where you stand.
As of right now, I'm confident in using everything. I've been able to download
Yay,
everything.
yay, okay. And I will send you a PowerPoint for all of this. I want to just remind you, just a minute. All right, where is my share? I just stopped my share and now I can't find my share. I love this. Oh dear. Yeah, there it is. I just want to remind you if I can get this down to the end. Oops, and I just lost it. I am sorry, I'm having a lot of technical difficulties today, just getting you to the last screen. Just remind you that the library is open. You can come to us on the second floor of the library. We have virtual library hours most nights until 9 p.m. You can click on library hours from our website to see when we're open, when we're available. You can email, text us anytime. And as soon as when we are open, we will reply to your text. You can also have a Zoom research consultation. Like if this wasn't enough, you can request a Zoom consultation with a librarian by either emailing us, texting us, or leaving a voicemail at 201-200-3033. And remember the link in Blackboard. So I just want to wish you all success.
Professor Kervin,
Mhm.
sorry, for the individual conferences, is there a turnaround time? For instance, if I request one today, how soon would I be able to get that
I
meeting?
think usually because the person on duty would probably do it and get in touch with you.
Oh, so it's that very same day.
I think,
That's
yeah,
very
usually
great.
I would, this is what I would be doing. I believe that is how it's done, because usually when we're on reference, we look for the requests for Zoom consultations or the emails or texts.
Okay. And I had a student on the call that wanted to meet with me afterwards. So can we stay on this call at the end of the class, the two of
Sure,
us?
that's fine. I am expecting a repair person, but they're coming here. So you might see me mask up. That's the only thing. Okay?
Okay. All right. Very
Okay.
good.
So I will say good luck to the rest of you. Okay? And I hope this has been helpful. And remember, librarians are standing by to help you. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Thank
guys.
you
Have a
very
great
much.
day.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Right. Selma, you and I didn't
Oh,
touch
just
base.
one
I
moment.
just
Let
need to
me
know how
just
you're doing.
What happened?
end the recording.